Welcome back to another installment of the Hateful Geeks. This week, we're going to be talking about our intergalactic daddy issues with the new Star Wars trailer, also known as Family Problems in Space, starring the fucking Skywalkers.
Aren't they dead yet?
Welcome back to the Hateful Geeks. I'm Phil.
This is Sweeney.
I'm Andy.
And this is Tim.
Get off your damn
And this
phone.
week, who's on their phone? Put your phone away.
This is podcast time.
We have
Star Wars.
important shit to discuss.
I
this
have
week.
IMDb
This
up
is a
for
big-
Star Wars.
I'm joking, Tim. It's okay.
This is a big week in nerddom, my friends. This week, the Star Wars Episode 8 Last Jedi trailer dropped.
OMG.
All right, Becky. This was probably one of the most mind-blowing. I think that this trailer was better than Episode 7. The trailer
No.
was better than Episode 7.
Come on now.
It was that good. I'm nerding out
So-
pretty bad this week.
I'm pretty sure this whole trailer, I realized at the end I was not breathing the whole time. I kind of held my breath because I was like, holy fuck,
for 2
this is
minutes and
amazing.
34 seconds?
Yeah, it was like, it was
Were you in the
it was-
closet, like strung up?
I was like trying to like get a little, what's it called? Erotic?
Autoerotic asphyxiation.
I can't say it. Damn
We'll
it.
just call
I
it you're
ruined
pulling
it.
a David
I ruined the
Carradine.
joke.
or David Carradine, or the guy from NXS.
Okay. Well, now that we have those out of the way.
Too deep.
Okay. So, I mean, this is like the perfect trailer because it doesn't give you anything directly, but it implies so much. And it's like, what's real? What are they messing with us about? What is actually going to happen? Fuck. It's just ridiculous.
I can't tell. I mean, watching this trailer, I can't tell if I just had the movie spoiled for me.
Right.
I'm inferring a lot of plot points from this trailer, and I'm kind of mad that I watched it, but at the same time, I'm so fucking glad I watched it.
I could not watch it. I mean, I was waiting with, Cody from the Rogue Squadron podcast. Shout out to them. He was over here, and my God, we were we watched it like 18 times. Oh, that's right. Tim was here too. I forgot about Tim.
Douche.
You came late. Sorry, Tim.
He usually does.
Oh, that's a good thing though. You wanted to come late. You don't come early.
What?
Coming early is
I
bad.
don't know how
Unless
that
it's
was
a
an
race.
insult.
So if it's a race, then you lose. But
I mean, yeah, but
when
who
they have
wants
to whip,
win
when I
that
have to
race?
whip out the wrap it up box, there's a problem. Wrap it up.
Anyway, back to Star Wars trailer. So I mean, it starts off. Let's see. It starts off, and you hear a voice talking. So
It's pretty straightforward whose voice
Right.
it is. It's Andy Serkis.
yeah, and obviously we haven't heard Snoke really talk like outside of like little in Episode 7, little
He's in like
interactions with
two
Kylo.
scenes, maybe.
Yeah, Kylo has a few like, hey, do this, hey, do this. That's about it. So it's full on, and right off the bat, we don't know who he's talking to. He's talking to Kylo. He's talking to Rey. He's talking to Luke. Who are we talking to?
He's talking to his mother.
Yeah.
I kind of have a feeling that we're supposed to assume he's talking to Kylo Ren, but I don't think that's the case. I think that okay, so let's be honest, the first film mirrored A New Hope pretty significantly.
Well, yeah.
I have a strong feeling based on what we've seen from this trailer, there's obviously going to be a face-to-face encounter between Rey and Snoke. Like Rey's going to be like going through her training and she's going to pull a Luke in Empire and be like, I'm going to go beat their asses right now. And Luke's like, ready or not? You're not ready yet.
So Luke's now Yoda.
Yeah, of course Luke is Yoda. He's just really tall and not green now. I mean, this is Empire, dude. And instead of like starting on Hoth, it starts on Dagobah.
See, I don't
But
think it is
Dagobah's-
though. I think there's so much more to this film that they're like trying to get us to believe that certain things are going to happen. And I think it's going to go way the opposite way.
It almost feels
trailer
like-
was your typical misdirection trailer.
It almost feels like they want us to think that they're rehashing Empire with Rey and Luke on, I can't ever pronounce the planet, the Jedi planet. They're on Octo, thank you. Instead of Dagobah. And, she eventually wants to go fight the First Order. And, Luke going to fight the Empire.
She a badass bitch.
Yeah. because
She's a
like,
grown ass lady. She does what she wants.
She fucking
Right.
cracked that rock, like straight up.
right, but
half.
like there's the Rey and Luke, training,
Right.
and Luke trying to talk. It almost seems like Luke's trying to talk her out of
Well, of course,
going.
because Luke. I mean, he left because he was training, Kylo at the academy. Kylo went apeshit, which again in the trailer we get a flashback to the burning academy, which we don't know if that's when Kylo went apeshit or if something else happened. But
I mean,
sad
I
Luke
think
and
it's pretty
R2.
easily implied that Kylo Ren, Ben Solo, was at the academy with a lot of other students,
right,
and said "fuck it" and like wrecked the whole school Voldemort stuff.
Right.
I'm not so convinced that
The
he
Knights
did
of
it.
Ren.
I just like
Well, no, there's the Knights of Ren, which is probably some other students that
right.
probably were like into his shit. We're like, "You're the man. Let's do this."
Also, didn't they call him? Wasn't there a part where they called him Jedi Killer in Force Awakens?
yes,
Right.
he
So-
is known as Jedi Killer
Okay.
among the First Order.
But here's my maybe it's an out there theory, and we kind of talked about this earlier. But what if Rey was also there? And yes, she'd be very young, and she'd be a young learner, which Jedi are known for learning very young. And what if when Kylo went apeshit, she just like combusted, like went all nuclear, and then it got blamed on Kylo, and that's why Kylo is so depressed and kind of like macabre about being dark.
I'll give you points for like original idea, but that shit would be convoluted as fuck. If they did that, I would be very disappointed in them. Rey being like an X factor, like a new entrance to she's an unknown. Like
Right.
I don't think that she was at the academy. I don't think that the whole like she had her mind wiped or she's a daughter of Skywalker.
If she had that ability and that had already happened, her being on Jakku for that long and then doing absolutely nothing.
Yeah, but Luke could have again. Luke Jedi's have ability to put in mind blocks, right?
On the weak-willed. I
Right.
don't think
When
Rey
she was a
is
kid,
very-
she could have been a weak-willed.
But you're saying that she was strong enough to
rea-
burn something
That's
to
a
the
reaction,
ground.
like a stressful reaction. Like it's like if you put like I don't know, like
It's like a mutant gaining their mutant ability.
like immediately, like it's all of a sudden everything just clicked. And
I'm
went
just
poof.
saying, I don't think she would forget that.
Well, I mean,
Me
she could have
either.
been very young and it could have been erased by Luke. We don't know. I'm obviously we don't know what happened.
I mean, they never give her an age, so like, and Daisy Ridley looks young, so let's say she's 18.
right, and that's the thing is
It happens when she's 12, 13 years old.
right. So I mean, obviously, this is just all we're just making this up as we
Spitballing.
go.
But when they drop her off on Jakku, isn't she like super young?
Yeah, she's
Like,
a little girl.
A
Is she?
little tiny. Yeah, she's like under
We got
10.
flashbacks of that in
Yeah.
Force Awakens.
But
She's a
we
very
don't
little
know
girl.
how the amount of time. I mean, I guess okay. She could have been. Still, all I'm saying is, even if she's a child, something could have happened. Anyway, it probably is not that. It's just a theory I had.
I say nay.
I think it could be, but
Nay.
Well, how about this for a theory, my friend? What if she actually just is the child of some Force sensitives? And when Luke was like doing his whole like we're bringing back the Jedi, guys, some people were like, no,
right.
I don't like the Jedi. Or some people grew up with the Empire and they were like, I'm not down with the whole Jedi thing. I don't want you taking my child, so I'm
Right.
going to abandon her on Jakku. So maybe she really does have like no familial ties with the Skywalkers or the Kenobis or all these other ridiculous theories
They
that
said
are
they've
out
left
there.
her last name off intentionally.
Right.
So it's
So
going to
she
be
has
a
to
last
be-
name we know.
I'm thinking
Right.
they're doing the solo siblings. I think
You think she's Kylo Ren's little sister? You think he would know he had a little sister?
I
And
mean,
you think Han and Leia wouldn't have mentioned that at all in
why would
7
they?
either?
They don't want her to be found.
I haven't actually had childbirth, but I'm pretty sure that's a memorable experience.
No, but we've seen characters in the past not admit to having children to protect them from the Empire and like from the Sith trying to get rid of all the Jedi. So it is feasible that it could be that story. Now they've tried to say they're going to stay away from everything that's already been written, but I mean it is possible. They're both very powerful.
I at this point in time, I think Rey's parentage is something that's probably we're gonna have to wait
Right.
and see.
Which
I
I'm
mean,
glad.
there's so many possibilities, but Kylo Ren, I think he is. I think it's pretty much implied and straightforward, even said in Force Awakens. He's directly responsible for the destruction of the Jedi Praxium, the Academy.
Right.
He did it. He killed them all. He probably tried to kill Luke in the process as well.
Well, yeah.
He went batshit with Snoke as his backer.
And that's what we get in this trailer too. Is another badass scene of Luke busting out of rubble. Obviously he was there. He probably did battle him. He probably tried to get, stop them. And there was probably more than one. So he was outmanned. And I think that's why he has a metal hand. He's always had a metal hand. I mean, why the flesh is no longer on his metal hand.
Oh, I mean, dude, that shit's wear and tear too.
Right.
I mean,
so I'm sure it burned off in the fire.
Maybe he woke up one day and was like, "Hey, this fleshy looking robo hand, it's not."
Well, I'm just hoping
right.
you see him come out of that fire burnt and destroyed. He has to heal himself. I think that'd be a cool premise.
Shit makes me think of Family Guy, where he's like, "Practice on a hot dog, or you're gonna rip your dick off."
Gross. Oh God. Okay, so yeah, obviously in the trailer we open up with Snoke's voice. We go see Rey training on that whatever the planet.
Octo.
That planet. She's doing some badass stuff. She scares the shit out of Luke. Luke says
he literally has a fear erection at one point.
He runs away from her. But I think something else happens. She cracks that rock, but I think something else happens because while he says that, they look back at her and she's hanging off the cliff. So I'm wondering if she literally separated that entire section of rock off of that island,
just in half,
right? And so he says to her, and this is when we get the fire flashback. I've seen this type of power before. It didn't scare me enough then. It does now.
Oh, well, fear leads to the dark side, douchebag.
That's what we're talking earlier.
So
is he obviously referencing he wasn't afraid of Kylo, but he should have been? Or is he saying, I saw this raw power before in Vader. And I said I wasn't afraid and I should have been. Now I am.
Right. And then
I don't know. I don't think that's a reference to Vader. I think that'd be a weird. I mean, because let's be honest. I mean, Vader never really, in front of Luke at least, never really displayed.
He toys with him the entire time, and Empire. Luke goes full blown in Empire, and Vader fights him one-handed.
Right, but you're implying that he's toying with, not that he's old and can't really do it anymore.
I just don't think that's the type of thing that that just seems like a little. I don't think it's a Vader reference. I think he's directly talking about Ben Solo.
I think he is talking about Kylo.
It's obvious what he's talking about.
I think there's also a possibility, my theory before, he could be talking about he saw that happen with her as a baby. Now he realizes it's her again. He didn't know it was her. I'm just saying.
I'm shutting this down. No, I'm shutting this down. You can say it all you want. Andy, please back me up on this. This is a ridiculous theory.
No, I've said nay to this theory already.
I am right. What happens if I'm right?
If you're right, I will eat my own pants with a fork and knife after I boil them.
All right, it's been recorded. It's online, and
Tox claws.
I'm gonna play a little bit I don't know if devil's advocate's the right thing, but with the theory, it would make sense of why Kylo is hesitant.
Right, with her.
Well, even hesitant with when he killed Han Solo.
Right.
I think his hesitation is if I'm leaning towards a theory as to why he's hesitant, the theory is he doesn't really want to be bad. He's doing it to destroy from within.
Well, no. Well, what I mean is going into Sweeney's theory of if Rey did all this, right, and it's Rey instead of Kylo, it would make sense of why he's so hesitant on killing his father, almost killing his mother in the trailer. Why he's
covering her.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I skipped 42 seconds into the trailer.
How dare you?
Yeah. To keep it linear, sir.
I agree. It is a very out there theory. It is, but it could have some backing. I'm just saying, it'd be a fun twist.
Currently, it has no backing.
It could be a fun twist if it happened. That's all I'm saying. So we can move on from that. I agree. I agree. It's out there.
Ignore the man behind the curtain.
Right. I agree. It's out there. I agree. It's probably not going to be, but it could be a fun twist on the whole matter.
She would probably have to be 2 years old for that.
Right.
When that happened.
Right.
And then she just magically never uses those powers at all, Andy, ever on Jakku.
You know how Jedi can put in mind blocks. I'm just all I'm saying.
Only on the weak-minded. We've established it doesn't work well on other Jedi or Force sensitives.
But if she was young enough, she couldn't block it, then she could have been weak-minded. I'm just saying. In a stressful situation, it came out and it went back away, and then he did that. It's possible.
I could see her being at the academy.
Right.
Maybe her parents were the ones being trained as well.
Right.
And when Kylo destroyed everything, they're the ones that fled.
Right.
I could see her being
That's
there in
possible.
that.
Right.
But she's not the
see
cause of it.
Okay.
Like her parents were actually students at the Praxium, and when Kylo Ren rebelled and wrecked everything, they escaped and like hit her.
Okay. Okay. So we can do a mixed bag now. She could be there and not the cause, or she could be there and be the cause. So we got to see the fucking movie. You don't only have to fucking wait 2 fucking months. God damn it. Okay. Sorry.
I've had to wait 2 years. I mean, you guys are like, you might be like, wow, 2 months. Like when the second I walked out of the theater of Force Awakens, I was like, when's the next one?
Right. Well, no, obviously.
2018, 17. Fuck my life.
Right. But now we've got a trailer that's like so badass. I just want the movie to be tomorrow.
I mean, that opening scene, you got Kylo Ren looking out like what looks like some kind of like robotic factory.
Right.
They're building some kind of the war machine. And then you got like the new AT-ATs.
Is that like looking like they're walking their knuckles?
Yeah, they look like a weird gorilla AT-AT.
I don't
Knuckle
like that.
dragger AT-AT.
I don't like
what
it.
the fuck is
Well,
going
it
on?
makes sense a little bit with the environment they're in. But yeah, I don't like it.
Apparently, it's so they could even go up like cliff sides and everything.
They actually can hook into like the mountains and stuff.
Oh, that's neat.
So like on Hoth, it was like spread out like snowshoes almost,
right.
so they don't sink in. On this planet, it's the
so they
climbing.
can just climb.
Yeah.
All right, that's cool.
But they're moving slowly. So it's obviously they're not, because as you see Kylo's transport still there with them, and then right after that you see them walking into a temple, a dark temple. I'm assuming because it's like that blood and like black on the ground. When they show him kneeling and Snoke still talking, so I'm assuming that's where Snoke is. That's my assumption.
I think, okay, so there's like a scene towards the beginning of the trailer where she and Luke are like, I don't even know how to really describe it, but it looks like almost like an obsidian underground cavern.
She dives into?
Kind of. It's hard to describe. There's a part of the trailer where it looks like she's up there. They're definitely underground a lot. There's a lot of earth and rocky formations, but there's also a scene where she's like traveling through like the mist. Yeah. And there's like a black tower in the background. I think that she's on Mustafar. I think that's Vader's tower.
I don't know that it is. I think that's when she goes and tries to find the writings, like the books that you finally see. The old Jedi books.
All that shit on Coruscant?
I don't know.
Actually, I'm like that stuff like that of that part of the Star Wars lore. I'm not.
I think it was in the first trailer where she walks in and sees there's like an actual like parchment, like a piece of paper. Yeah, that scene. It almost looks like a hollowed out tree.
Yeah, it's like a rock, and there's like 5 or 6, maybe 7 books that are shoved in. We haven't seen paper before in the Star Wars.
That's the first time you see actual parchment paper.
So they're old, like really, really fucking old, because this is already a long, long time ago.
In a galaxy far, far away.
Puns.
Yeah, so we get that fun interaction. And then you see Kylo. So Kylo doesn't really use his helmet after like the first minute of the trailer, because he punches it into like an elevator or whatever the hell that is.
Yeah, or his
room.
Yeah,
sure. Chamber, like Darth Vader used to have. Whatever.
That's what it looked like to me, actually.
But like. And then that's when he's talking and like saying you have to kill the past, talking about getting rid of any attachments, anything you had in the past or whatever. And he just shatters the helmet that he wore essentially because he wanted to mimic Vader.
Yeah,
I don't think it was just about like idolizing Vader. I think it was also a matter of hiding his actual identity as being a Solo.
They said that over at New York Comic Con because they had his outfit in like glass, and it said he wears a mask to hide his identity.
Okay,
as a Solo.
Sure, that makes. I mean, that makes sense. He has such an what's it called, like a obsession with Vader. I figured.
Right. He's definitely a fanboy.
Yeah,
no doubt.
So
but I think that after his crushing defeat at a completely untrained Force sensitive, which let's be honest, for a guy like Ben Solo, Kylo Ren, that's a huge dick punch. Oh, yeah. Like you're like think you're the shit. You're like, I invented a crossblade saber. I'm the son of Han Solo. I'm the grandson of Vader. I'm the bomb. Here's Rando McChickenstein. She's like, oh, cool, lightsaber. Cool. Fucked you up.
How about like the carbon fiber or whatever insert in his face now instead of like skin? It's like a black.
That's kind of cool, man.
That's fucking sweet.
Yeah.
And
they had to move the scar.
Yeah.
The scar where Abrams put it in the first one was really awkwardly placed. And let's be honest. I mean, okay, Star Wars fans, obviously the scar over the eye It's Anakin, dude. Anakin had the same fucking shit done to him by Asajj Ventress.
Yep. It's another homage to Vader.
Sure is. Like this, but this is like, as opposed to going straight to paraplegic robot asthmatic Vader, he's going more to like, episode 3 Before I Fell in Lava Vader.
Right. And then did you notice the lightsaber he picks up off the ground, the cross saber? It's different.
It is different.
He rebuilt it, or Snoke rebuilt it better, or something. It's definitely modified.
I don't think Snoke. Typically, Sith and Jedi are responsible for their own lightsabers. Absolutely. I don't think Snoke did that for him. But maybe he got a new crystal.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Because I'm saying maybe Snoke helped him because we know that, but Solo never really had the opportunity to fully train and know how to build his own saber. He obviously tried and it works, but it was kind of raw. You could see it.
No. His saber is the way it is in episode 7 because of the Kyber crystal. It's damaged.
Okay.
Because the only way for a Sith to create their Kyber crystal, make it red, is to kill a Jedi, take their Kyber crystal, and pour their hatred and anger into it, turning it red.
Well, that's just dark and depressing.
Yeah, I did not know that.
If you look at the saber hilt, it's also... It looks like a deconstructed Vader saber. Yeah. So I don't know if they'll ever reference or say how he got that hilt, but it does look like Vader's.
Right. And
with a modification on the top of it.
It has like the red wiring coming out and everything. Like
it has the same head on the hilt.
Yeah,
so that leads me to my theory. I think that he went to, because obviously he had Vader's mask. It was melted and wrecked. He went to Vader's gravesite. He went to Endor. He took Vader's helmet.
Right.
He probably took Vader's Sith lightsaber.
Well, did he?
But it was burned and wrecked.
He dropped that down the pit where he threw Palpatine.
No, that was just Palpatine. Yeah. Vader had his saber still.
Oh, so when he got burned, he still had the saber.
Right. So he goes to Vader's funeral pyre, takes Vader's helmet, takes his saber, because he probably didn't have the materials to make his own at the time. So he literally takes a damaged lightsaber with a damaged crystal probably and
tries to rebuild it,
refurbishes it the best he can to make his own lightsaber. Damaged crystal, but he makes some modifications to it. It's just not perfect.
Right.
And that's why when like she whips out Anakin's original lightsaber, he's like, that's mine, because he wants the crystal and the working parts so that he can make a better perfected cross-saber lightsaber. That shit's probably like destroyed. Palpatine destroyed everything about the Jedi after Order 66. He made all the parts and things that make lightsabers illegal. They're probably damn near impossible to find or get unless you find it off a dead Jedi.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like there's not any Jedi anymore to even find or kill to actually get another crystal.
Exactly. So he can't even go through the ritual of the Sith to actually kill a Jedi, steal its crystal, and make a perfect red Kyber crystal.
Right.
So now here's a new Jedi with an old school lightsaber. Yep. He's like, swing, want it.
And he didn't get it.
Nope. He got a face full of lightsabers, what he got. He did. And I like the metal thing though, and the scar that they've done. Like they've kind of like tried to sew his face together.
And his TIE Interceptor is fucking bad ass. Oh my god! I think I jizzed in my pants when I saw it. It was like the maneuverability, the fight. Oh, it was just.
I mean, I really like TIE Interceptors too. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm a huge fanboy for like X-Wing versus TIE Fighter, and I'm certainly leaning Empire when it comes to vehicles. But I didn't jizz my pants, you weirdo.
I loved it. So yeah, I mean, that's what Tim referenced earlier. That scene where Kylo and TIE fighters are attacking these rebel transports or what main ships.
Technically, they're called Resistance now. They're not
Rebels
right,
anymore. Resistance. Sorry, they changed it. So, and we see Leia, rest in peace, Carrie Fisher. We see her on the ship, and they obviously have a connection. He can feel her there. She can feel him there. And you see him locked on to the cabin, like the captain's cabin.
And he hesitates. Again.
Does he kill her?
Patricide, matricide, fucking uncle side, whatever the Latin word for that is. This kid is the epitome of like Jerry Springer hillbilly family problems. Like the Skywalkers have basically become like a self-loathing hill folk of a galaxy far, far away. Like
not Skywalker anymore.
Needs therapy.
During that scene, there's a Kylo voiceover now during this part of the trailer.
I mentioned that a little bit.
And he says, you have to kill your past. For you to become what you're supposed to be, You have to kill your past.
Yeah.
Is he talking to Rey?
Right. Who's he talking to?
Is he talking to Luke? Like,
is he monologuing?
Is he monologuing
looking
just
in
for
the mirror?
the trailer? Just for the trailer?
I think everything of this trailer is talking to Rey. All of it.
Could be.
The first part from Snoke, he's talking to Rey. The parts from Kylo Ren, he's talking to Rey. Luke is obviously talking to Rey.
So when did Snoke find Rey then? Because he says, when I found you.
I think she was at the academy and Snoke was there too.
Nah.
When else would he have found her?
Like in that movie, in the movie we're about to see,
No,
like I think it's
he
later
makes
in the film where he
makes
gets
it sound
her.
like he found her a long time ago.
That's why I think
Well,
he's
maybe
talking to
he's
Kylo.
talking to Ren. Yeah, maybe he is talking to Ben.
Maybe. We don't know
Benny.
yet. We'll find out. But yeah, this trailer made us question everything.
You know, this could be like the Rogue One trailer where 90% of this shit doesn't even make it into the movie.
That's true.
So we could be sitting here like, oh my God, won't see it.
I hope not. Come on, JJ.
JJ didn't do this one.
Didn't?
No,
we're Ryan
Johnson.
Okay. Damn it. JJ, come back.
Who did?
He is for episode 9. We did a whole episode about it.
Yeah,
I forget things.
he did Looper.
Oh, okay. Looper.
Great movie.
Fun movie.
Is it, Tim?
It's
is it
fun.
though?
I liked it.
It's not good.
I liked it.
Okay, Tim. Yeah, so
one of the biggest parts of this trailer that really stood out to me is we actually get to see Snoke in the flesh, if that's what you want to call it.
I don't know what
But
it is.
I mean, we've obviously only been introduced to him in like hologram form, but we get a straight scene of him in the flesh doing God knows what. He's obviously holding his hand out, performing some sort of force ability. But a quick cut from that, you immediately see like Rey like bent over, being levitated.
Right.
So I think he's like obviously like she's in his presence, and he is, showing her who's boss, basically.
Yeah.
I think the whole like the speech from the beginning, and obviously like the embrace your destiny. I think it's all that scene.
That's the whole scene of him doing that.
When he's like levitating her, maybe like squeezing her, maybe.
Yeah, I think he's trying to force her to feel pain, to feel anger, to feel all the things to turn her to the dark side.
Right. And I think the whole like speech, that's everything Snoke says in the trailer is in that scene. Mm-hmm.
I
I
agree.
messaged you guys earlier with a theory that I've been researching that this trailer has only made me think might actually be plausible. So the theory is that Snoke is an ancient Sith that has been in like cryostasis or like some kind of tomb. Like he's been like hiding basically, or keeping himself like sequestered from the universe for thousands of years. And when Palpatine died, Snoke was released to continue the ways of the Sith. And he's like a force vampire. And he's looking for Luke, because Luke is obviously one of the only known Jedi, and he wants to basically drain the Force from him, the Force ability, the midichlorians, if you will. He wants to basically drain his power because it keeps him young and keeps him immortal.
Well, he's not young.
He's not like a...
He looks like crap.
I know, because he's been entombed for thousands of years, and he needs a proper Force person to like destroy.
See, the only reason I know that that's not going to be it, they've already said that he's wearing that golden robe because it has some kind of reference to the Sith, and he collects it. Any Sith artifacts, he goes and collects. He's like a Sith fanboy almost. Like he's trying hard to make himself a Sith.
That
doesn't negate this theory, though. That just means he could be a Sith.
I just don't know that
who's doing that.
They would do a vampire. I don't see that.
I'm not saying vampire in the literal fucking Twilight sense or Anne Rice bullshit.
I just don't see that being him. Because if that was the case, he wouldn't try to turn Rey. He would just suck the life force or the force out of her. Period.
I like the idea of him being
maybe
Darth
it's a
Plagueis.
process.
Am I saying that right? I like the idea of him being Darth
Plagueis. Yes. I think he is Palpatine's master, and that's why he's here. I think that's what it is.
I don't think that's possible because Palpatine has flat out killed Plagueis. Palpatine killed Plagueis. He had to become the Lord of the Sith,
right? But that's what I'm saying is if he maybe didn't have to, they always do these, like there's rules and they always not do. Sometimes they're like hidden things. I'm just saying I think that they might bring out a known Darth. I think they want to have a known Darth.
everything that they've come out and said. Now, granted, we even said that JJ even came out and said, no, there is no Khan in my movie. And lo and behold, there was Khan. But they've come out and Kathleen Kennedy, I mean, everybody from Lucasfilm has come out and said that Snoke is Snoke. It's a new character, and we'll get his backstory throughout these movies, but he is not a character he's
not an established character.
I feel like I feel like they have to bring him from somewhere. With such of the big universe we have that is Star Wars, all the books, the comics, whatever. I mean, everything.
That's all gone.
It's like, yeah, but they can still use the storylines though if they want to. Just because it's gone doesn't mean it's not a story they could use.
I'm just saying, theoretically, it is plausible that he is some kind of ancient Force adept who is trying to like collect or kill and drain the current living Force users to live forever. Right. It's some sort of immortality play.
But then why would he take an apprentice?
He needs somebody to do the dirty work because he's not at full strength. He's weak. He needs somebody that'll like bend to his will to go out there and swing the saber till he's able to do so himself. So the best way to do that is like, bring me your uncle or bring me Rey or bring me somebody. Yeah. God damn it, I'm hungry. Bring me something.
Yeah, but he's telling Rey to embrace your destiny. I don't think her destiny is to be his snack.
And the beautiful thing of editing is that line really could be towards Rey, or it could be towards Ren. It could be towards fucking Luke for all we know.
You see him say it right as he's doing the hand motion, and
he's not. Yeah, he is.
He has his arm out. He actually says his mouth is moving.
But you don't see his lips move in that scene for that voiceover. That voiceover could take place at any point in the film.
Okay, I thought I saw his face. Maybe you didn't see his lips. Okay.
You see his big, gross, weird, Dalsim-looking, scarred-up face.
Yeah. I think he wants to find Luke to kill Luke himself, to be like, haha, look, I am Sith. I found the last remaining Jedi from the glory days, the one who destroyed the Sith, and I'm the one that killed him. That's why he wants to find Luke.
Well, yeah, I think
I can see that. That's a possibility.
I think it's the entire premise of the Empire, whatever they're called now.
The First Order.
To go out and destroy so there's no threat any longer to their order.
And Snoke wants Luke himself.
Right. And yeah, I mean, Luke is a legend. Like, he is the last hope of the whatever, the Republic. I'm just going to call him Republic. I don't care. Rebellion. It's just like he's the last hope because they know he still is out there somewhere. He could come back at any time. Well, if Snoke kills him, he crushes that hope. It's gone. They have nothing.
Yeah.
I think Luke has taken the Barash vow. He's sequestered himself after what he considers to be his greatest failure, and he considers himself a danger to everyone around him. Mm-hmm. So he has taken, and this is canon because I hate to say this, but I've been reading the comic books that Disney and the Darth Vader comic. It's currently being released right now. It's considered canon by the new standards.
Yeah, the Marvel.
Yeah, it's a good comic too.
It's really good. So in it, it starts off with right after Order 66, Vader has been tasked by Palpatine to do what I described earlier, which is hunt down a Jedi to create his lightsaber. He has to make his Sith lightsaber. He lost his old light one because Obi-Wan took it. So he has to find a Jedi. So he goes on like a quest to find what possible Jedi could still exist. And I don't remember the name of this Jedi, but what Vader basically discovers is that Jedi can take what's called the Barash vow, which is a sort of like a monk deciding they're swearing off everything about the Jedi. The Jedi basically renounces the Jedi Order. They forbid themselves from acting both in its favor or against it, and basically remove themselves from all things political or all events of the galaxy. The only thing that they're allowed to do is focus on the Force. So basically they resign themselves to a life of pure meditation. Mm-hmm. That's the Barash vow. I think that's what Luke has done. Luke has decided that after he failed to create a new Jedi Order and that he let his nephew fall to the dark side, that he himself is a liability. So he's removed himself from the equation.
Well, and I can see that he just does that anyway. It may not be a vow he took, but he realizes that he failed and he just doesn't want to be around people anymore. I mean, it could be that vow, obviously.
If
but
he
he's
says
already helping
that he took the Barash vow in the film, can I tell you I told you so?
Sure.
All right, cool.
But we see him training Rey. I mean, he's obviously helping her.
I'm sure that's probably why he's reluctant at first. Is like, I swore a vow, I'm not allowed to do anything. So piss off, bitch.
He also says
get off my lawn.
He also says that the Jedi must die. Like he doesn't want Jedi to be around anymore because I think he realizes if there's Jedi, there will always be Sith, and
without Jedi,
the Sith will no longer be in power anymore.
Well, I think that theory is completely ruined because if Andy's theory about Snoke is correct, then it doesn't fucking matter if there's Jedi. There's going to be some fanboy out there who wants to become the next Vader.
Oh yeah, and they can always try. Obviously, I mean, there's still going to be force sensitive people on both sides. I'm just saying the order of the Jedi.
There has to maintain balance. As long as there's evil, something must rise to fight it, and vice versa.
Absolutely, and that's what if you take out one side, then it should collapse. But I mean, I'm just saying, I'm not saying you're wrong. I'm just saying it's possible he just decided that I don't want to be a Jedi anymore. And that could be, like you said, the Barrage vow, where he signs off all allegiance to the Jedi and is just working on the Force.
Well, I mean, it's possible he's doing that, and he's like focusing and meditating and living the solo monk life. And then here's this girl, wet behind the ears, shows up with your father's lightsaber and says, "Hey, the galaxy needs you. Right. Stop being a pussy."
Yeah, and he left trails to find him. So I'm not so sure he really took this vow. If he did, he wasn't so sincere about it.
Or, maybe he just wanted his sister to come visit once in a while.
Right. Something.
I mean, he put it in R2.
Right. Well, when R2 wouldn't wake up until the other part, which is weird, but whatever.
So what are some other big scenes that stood out to you guys from this trailer?
Oh, let's see here. Well, we get obviously Poe Dameron's back and the whole crew of X-Wings. And I noticed something about the X-Wing of his is actually has a center afterburner, which we've never seen in any X-Wing before, like ever.
Poe's X-Wing is called Black One, and it is sick fucking X-Wing.
and that's where, and then this is where another theory of mine comes in as well, is when we see Kylo ready to shoot, his mother, Poe. That's the scene of Poe like taking off right then and there, and he interrupts. Maybe he still fires, but he interrupts it to knock it off course or something, kind of thing. And I think he does push the button eventually, but it's deterred somehow.
I noticed that
there was a scene. Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say something about what we haven't seen yet.
What's that?
Benicio del Toro and Laura Dern apparently have important roles in it, but they are not in any. They haven't been in any footage yet.
How important could their roles possibly be?
I bet they're Mandalorians.
Yeah, who knows? I mean,
Rey's parents.
Aha.
But aren't Mandalorians sometimes known to turn on the Sith?
Mandalorians are extinct.
We do what Mandalorians do.
Right.
They would do what benefited them.
Because in the original trilogy, we had one Mandalorian. Now they're all just gone, right? But
Jango Fett is technically not a Mandalorian. He merely stole Mandalorian armor.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Not officially Mandalorian. The race of Mandalorians are humanoid, like the people of Coruscant or Alderaan and Corellia, but they were like hardcore militaristic warriors, like think Spartans in space. But you had to be born Mandalorian to be a Mandalorian. The Mandalorian code existed, but you couldn't just wake up and be like, "Yo, bro, I'm a Mandalorian now because I put on your clothing." That didn't work. So Jango Fett he killed a Mandalorian and took their armor, but he was kind of like using that to sort of like build his rep as a bounty hunter. Like, I'm a Mandalorian. No, dude, you're just wearing his underpants.
Gotcha. Because you guys know more about like the Star Wars lore than I do. Because like you guys know, like you said, you read the comics and all that. I've just pretty much just watched the movies.
The problem with that, Tim, is a lot of that shit's been thrown out the fucking window now,
right.
except for the Clone Wars, and except for Rebels.
Right
those
now,
are considered canon.
Yeah, because right now it's the 8 or 9 movies. Sorry, Rebels, Clone Wars, and then whatever Marvel does in the comic books.
Right, that's canon.
Yes,
but then are there any like other novels or something like that?
Well, they've written novels. Yeah.
Okay.
Aftermath, I think it's called, is one of the post novels that I haven't read any of the books that they've come out with because
in the books you kind of find out. I think you kind of find out how long Kylo's been dark and all that kind of stuff.
Like it gives a clearer timeline between 6 and 7.
Yeah.
But absolutely no insider spoilers into the future film.
Correct.
So what's the point?
Yeah, it's just basically just like a bridge gap.
I mean, I wouldn't mind because there's is it 35 years between 6 and 7?
Yeah.
Yeah. So I wouldn't hate on something in between.
Right. So you have
Has it been that long?
It's quite a bit.
35 years seems a long time. Are we sure about that?
I'm not 100% sure. I think it's 30 or 35 or somewhere.
I think 30 is what I heard.
Is it 30?
I think it's 30, and then it's 4 or 5 years between 5 and 6, right?
Yeah, I think something like that.
So it's been a while.
Between Empire and Jedi, there was like 4 years.
Yeah, and then after there was like 30 years until we got 7. Well,
that's a long time to be in carbonite,
right? Okay, so I love that X-wing. I think that thing looks sick. A lot
of the ships and vehicles look really cool in this trailer. A lot of I know it looked weird with the knuckle AT-ATs, but I like what Andy said made a lot of sense to me. Like for different terrain, they're going to outfit the feet on them differently.
Right, exactly. And I think that the First Order is known for, customizing their vehicles or whatever they need to go to certain planets. And obviously they go to multiple environments, so they need multiple types. And that just makes sense. And I was a little hesitant because you see on the poster, which is the movie poster, which is an awesome poster, but at the bottom you get the same skyline of AT-ATs on a white background. I'm thinking, is this Hoth again? Like, what the hell? So
we saw a lot more of Finn in this one as well.
Yeah. Oh yeah, that was a badass scene of him and fighting
Phasma.
I almost said Phantasma.
Captain Phasma.
Oh, that's bad. Yeah, Phasma. And he has that what that stormtrooper had, or whatever it is now. First Order trooper had with that electric like blade, and she has her giant spear, and he like just goes at her. Like that's gonna be a badass battle.
You see him in a First Order like officer uniform.
Yeah.
So he somehow infiltrates in there.
Right.
Again. So is that going to be his role? Like, hey,
well, because they probably don't want his face. All of them don't want to look what his face looks like because he wore a helmet. Obviously, I mean, he could be still recognized, but yeah, I think he is going to be trying to get in because Poe in the trailers talks about we have the spark to ignite the fire that will burn down the First Order. So I don't know if that's him going inside or Rey or whatever the fuck it is. This is just so much questions.
So many questions. 65 days away.
Oh, it's so long.
Yeah, for
I got my tickets.
Yeah, we got our tickets too.
For research, like just in case anything came up, like I have the IMDb page up for Star Wars for Last Jedi.
Yeah.
And there's right at the top of the page is 65 minutes, 2 hours, 55 minutes. just a countdown.
Oh, you said 65 minutes. You meant days.
55 minutes. These 65 days, 2 hours, 55 minutes.
Words are hard.
My bad. It's been a long day.
Oh, okay. And then we get so towards the end, you hear Kylo, or not Kylo. You hear Rey talking again, and she's talking about how she doesn't know her place in all of this, and she needs help. Thanks, Buzz.
Thanks, Buzz.
Buzz is there for the rescue.
So she's talking to somebody here. Either it's Luke. Or it's Rey, or not Rey, she's talking to herself. Kylo, or it's Snoke, or who is she like asking?
Leia.
Chewbacca. Which is his scenes in there too.
The Porg.
Oh, the Porg. I hope the Porg is just there to look I'm cute. I'm
so on the fence about that.
Well, see, everybody's already hating on him. I don't mind it.
I think if it's long as like another BB-8 kind of thing, where it's like another, not inanimate because obviously it's a living creature, but another small, non-talking character that we fall in love with.
As long as it's not a Naboo, I'm good.
Chewie is still piloting the Falcon. Christ. That's all we needed to know.
And that's what I'm.
Yeah, with his new Pokemon friend.
Yeah, and that's what I'm kind of curious about. I was kind of curious about that whole process. I'm surprised they showed us because Solo's dead. His life debt is no longer applied.
So we went and got a dog.
But like, what is he doing? Like, is he still
maybe he's just feeling loyal to Rey?
To Rey and Finn.
Yeah,
because Finn piloted when, they both piloted when.
Well, because doesn't she fly the?
Yeah, she flies it off the planet.
Yeah, and
he's
with them.
Yeah, when they go to Octu.
Right. So I mean,
Octo.
I'm just saying,
Octo,
like,
baby.
does his life debt then transfer to another Solo, or?
I don't think that. I don't know. I'm not really sure about the politics of Wookieedom.
Right.
I think he's just That's what he knows.
He
knows the Falcon. He now knows Rey.
Yeah,
he's
I
like,
think they're around
all right,
forever.
I'm with you now.
I think it's maybe like loyalty, but not like life debt loyalty. Maybe it's just
friends. Like,
right? Yeah,
you're my friends. Like,
right, exactly.
I've been around you since my inception. Well, not inception, but
and he's like, hey, that Kylo guy just killed my best friend. I'm staying with you because I'm going to go fuck this guy.
Because he already shot him once. I'm going to shoot that bitch again.
Yeah,
yeah.
My crossbow needs blood. Or blaster crossbow. What cross blaster?
Chewie's yell during that scene. All the feels.
All the feels.
All the feels.
I was like chills, like instantly. Like,
all right, so I'm not gonna lie. Like it's been almost 2 years since Force Awakens came out.
Yeah,
and it's still hard for me to watch Han Solo dying.
It's a tough scene. I mean, because you don't really expect it. I mean, you kind of do, but not like that.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I was the guy that like when he goes out on that landing, I was just audibly like, "Oh no," because I knew it was happening.
Right. And you just,
I mean, I think all of us saw that scene and we were like, don't go in there, don't do it.
It's like a horror movie. No.
He's right behind you.
Don't go upstairs.
Right. Yeah, it was tough because like you just son killing father, and then you have the emotion of Rey and Finn who just found this, legend.
Right.
And then you have Chewbacca who's a lifelong, this man saved my life from slavery.
It's not that, and like maybe I'm gonna. Well, there is that.
There's
but
not that.
Yeah,
Tiny, bro. Let's go.
Remember, words are hard. Words are hard for me today. There's that.
We've seen. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, for me, Han Solo was like one of my heroes as a kid.
Yeah,
because he was the character that I gravitated towards when I saw Star Wars. So that was like, man, this character that I've known for 20 years is just
down a hole.
I mean, if Han Solo had his way, he would have died in Return of the Jedi.
Yeah. Right, if Harrison Ford, yeah.
No, his name's Han Solo.
No. Yeah, I mean...
So, I think one of the big scenes that... Kylo killing Dad was one of the big ones. I don't think they're going to let him pull the trigger on Leia. At least not that I don't think that's going to be the...
I don't think she's dying in this episode.
I think she.
I don't either.
I think she will die. I don't think that's it. I think at the end they'll kill her off somehow. But like I said, I think something's going to stop it from happening. And it's not going to be that he just doesn't do it. Something's going to stop him because I just don't see him. If he kills his father, he obviously could do it again. It just would take a little longer probably. But I think something stops him.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of feel like she's going to confront Snoke in some manner or form, not like to fight him, but she'll be like get away from my son, you bitch, like pulling a fucking Sigourney Weaver, and he's going to be like, who are you? You're not even trained. Fuck off. And then he's going to use his Force vampire powers that I've theorized about in Dragon Leia and become perfect form Snoke.
Oh, guys, it's Dragon Ball.
Sort of like Cell in Dragon Ball Z. He's going to become perfect form Snoke.
She's going to die of a broken heart.
Oh.
Oh, boo.
Boo.
And then he's going to like cast off Kylo Ren and be like, I don't need you anymore. I'm the shiznit now.
I'm wondering. So this is we see Rey in trouble, right? Now, if they're doing another spin-off of the second movie in the trilogy, Empire, right? I'm just saying. You know how Palpatine was torturing Luke and Vader stopped him. What if Kylo stopped Snoke?
That was in Jedi.
Oh, it was a Jedi? Okay, yeah. Sorry. But what if that happens and Kylo stops Snoke and then they go off together? And that's...
So what's the big thing about Empire? The biggest part of Empire Strikes Back? Andy?
What, the bad guys win?
Yeah.
No, what's the biggest scene?
Oh, the thing that like
father. Makes... Yeah. I am your father. Well, join me and together we will rule the galaxy as father and son.
That's not the line.
What better way to mirror Empire than
you know it in your heart to
Kylo Ren doing the same type of offer to Rey again because he offered to her on fucking Starkiller base and she said no. Once again, he says, you need someone to train you. She says at the end of the trailer, I need to know where my place is in this whole universe, my destiny. Right. And he holds out his hand.
Right,
but is he holding his hand out to her at that scene, or is that another?
No, I think those are two edited scenes together. Yeah. There's no way they give that kind of spoiler away. He's got a scar.
The lighting is really similar in both. Can I finish? Can I Ross Perot fucking finish?
No, but it's different. It is lighting similar, but it's not, because there's flame on one side and just a solid light on the other. I know.
Let me finish.
I know where you were going, though.
I don't give a shit. You don't have mind reading. You can't read my thoughts from 300 miles away.
Maybe I can.
You can't. Fuck off. Now I'm going to finish. The lighting in both of those cutscenes is incredibly similar. I think Kylo Ren is going to make an offer to join him. And unlike Empire, where Luke says no, she's going to say yes. And that's the fucking big bad guys win ending for this second film.
I don't think they would.
She's going to go and join him and learn the dark side and basically actually master both sides of the Force.
I don't think they would give that away in the trailer. It's such a big thing. It's a big deal.
Rian Johnson has said he's not happy with his trailer. He says that this trailer is a big fucking spoiler. Maybe that is the spoiler.
I would be furious. I would be.
But they don't show
pissed
her
off too. If this theory is accurate,
to him when he holds his hand out.
Right, he doesn't know the answer, but still, like, I don't want to even know. I don't even want to know that that's an option.
It's a possibility, man. Like, maybe she goes and she pulls a Luke like an Empire and she says, I'm ready. I'm going to go fight the First Order. Shit hits the fan. Who knows what's going to happen plot-wise, but all this stuff goes to shit. And she kind of realizes that maybe I'm not learning what I need to learn. And Kylo's like, hey, offer still stands. And she's like, fuck it. Credits roll.
Well, that's what I kind of said too, is that I feel like the trailer makes it seem like they're aping Empire a lot.
Right.
Where like I think that the scene where Luke is saying this is not going to go the way you think, I think he is talking to Rey.
I think he's talking to either Snoke or Ren.
I think he's talking to Kylo. I think Kylo comes after him, and Rey's already gone. She's left that training, and he's like trying to like convince him to like, tell me where she is, blah blah blah. And he's like, it's not going to go how you think. Like this is not going to end well for you.
Right.
And I mean, and I agree, Phil, that the ending scene, those lightings are very similar.
Yeah.
There's just some slight differences.
I think it's very, like, I think that there would be shadows on her face because you see debris falling behind Kylo.
Right.
Like, to me, like that, the light on her face it's a solid light. Like, I think it's maybe in like Luke's cave, like his home, or something.
Phil could be right, and they could do that.
Right.
I just would not like them. I would hate for them to put that in the trailer.
Also, you're going to put your final shot of the movie in your trailer.
Right. Like that's the most stupid, like, because then everyone's going to see it coming and be like, what the? Like, seriously? Like, why would you tell us that already?
Yeah.
So here's my problem. So I'm looking at the trailer right now. So definitely behind Ren, and when he holds out his hand, there's like flame debris coming down.
Right.
But the opposite shot, and this is my film training coming out of me, blah, blah, blah. The lighting is, okay, so you look at Ren, the lighting's coming off to the right. It's illuminating what would be the left side of his face. Opposite of that conversation is Rey. Look what's made to look like she's looking back at him, and the lighting is lighting the right side of her face. So from a lighting perspective, that could be the same scene.
They know what they're doing. They know how to trick people. Obviously, they easily can make that. There could be two similar scenes and do that, and they could splice it. Or like Andy said, these scenes could not even make it into the final cut, and they just used it for that purpose.
Or they could pull a Forrest Whitaker and like 90% of it hits the floor.
Right, exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, I completely agree. You could be absolutely right that she is talking to Ren, and he does extend his hand, and maybe she takes it, maybe she doesn't. Whatever. I just hope to God that they did not give us that in the trailer, and then just that's the end of the movie. Like that would be so disappointing. No matter how good the movie would be, I'd be so disappointed.
Like, you don't want to guess.
I don't want that to be the case, but unfortunately, from what I've seen from the trailer, I've inferred that this logically is a possibility.
Right. And I agree. And I mean, that was the beauty of this trailer, is it gave us just enough to make us like question every little bit of it.
That scene with him holding his hand out and the debris falling down,
right?
That could possibly be even from the flashback of that's when the Jedi Academy.
He already has the scar.
Yeah, true.
So it's after his fight with her, and it could be the ship. You know, you see Captain Phasma and Finn fighting, and that ship's burning up behind, like blowing up.
Yeah, I mean,
and it could be him extending his hand to her to pick her up after he helps her. Like maybe Finn dies.
Ooh.
And he comes to save her, kills Finn and then sits here. I'll help you up now.
I don't think that's the case. I'm pretty sure that the guy playing Finn is signed on for 3 films.
Oh, they can be flashbacks.
And I don't think Kylo Ren would give 2 shits about saving Captain Phasma.
Well, I mean, I don't think he would get 2 shits, but I mean,
if he just happened to be passing by there, like, oh,
hey, buddy. Yeah, so that's, I mean, I don't think we missed anything. I think we pretty much went through the whole fucking thing. But again, I'll say it again. I love it because it gives us this shit to talk about again. Like,
and I said earlier, we better get a fucking Darth title somewhere in this fucking movie.
And that's what I'm hoping. I mean, again, Snoke, you said Snoke's his own character, but man, if his Darth Plagueis, like Darth right there. Boom. Boom.
Well, I'll tell you this. After I gave me a reason to watch Monday Night Football.
He probably gave a bunch of people too. As soon as it aired, I bet their ratings dropped like 80%.
Yep. Because no one wants to see at the time, a 3-2 football game.
It was bad. Yeah, but I mean, and they even brought
fun historical fact: the lowest scoring Monday Night Football game was the Miami Dolphins and the Pittsburgh Steelers, and it ended 3-0.
Good God. Yeah, the 3-2 is a baseball score.
But at least they did it right, and they brought out the First Order troops on the field there. Right. So I'm sure they showed it on the big screen, the Jumbotron.
It led into.
Yeah,
they did.
And then the one announcer had a First Order troop in the booth with him, which he had no idea what he was talking about. I think he called him a first troop. Like,
I think he called him a first trooper, and like, no man. I
can't believe that there are people on this planet that have positions of power or have platforms where their faces and their voices are seen, and they make like asinine remarks like this. You look like a total jagoff when you on national television like can't even get the damn stormtrooper name right.
Okay.
But yeah, I'd say right now, I think we can all agree. Like, so right now, the biggest question marks is we really want to know Rey's fucking bloodline. We want to know who she is and where she comes from.
Right.
We want to know what really went down at the Jedi Academy when shit went to pot.
I hope they show a really good like flashback to that. Like Luke
It
fighting.
looks like we're going to get it. Yeah.
Like Luke fighting, trying to fight off these Knights of Ren, and just can't.
I don't even know if he tries to fight him.
We need a reason to hate Snoke and be afraid of Snoke, because right now all I see is Grandpa and Gold Rose. I'm not really nervous about him.
I think Luke does try to fight him because where he's standing with R2 is just destroyed, like debris. Like a battle went down. Something went down.
I could also see him like, hey, I don't want to fight you. You need to stop this. And Ren either
I don't think Luke would
during the
back
battle
down that like that.
I think Luke would have some serious mixed feelings about the fact that, like, it's his nephew. He trained him. He screwed up.
The
his
Knights
father.
Of Ren, let everybody just go.
Oh, he'd wreck the Knights of Ren. I mean, unless they were also students.
Right. And then it could also be students. I mean, or he could, be away and he comes back to it. But I feel like he was involved somehow in the fight.
You know what kind of pisses me off about this whole Knights of Ren bullshit is we've only heard about the Knights of Ren through like promotional materials. There's been nothing in any of the films to give me any indicator that the Knights of Ren are a force to be reckoned with.
We have no idea who they are.
You just see them, and during that flashback in The Force Awakens of them like standing around Kylo Ren in the rain, and
good job, guys.
That was it.
They look cool.
Stand real good.
Cool. You guys look real good there.
Mm-hmm.
Well, the
Boba Fett.
Have you seen some of the toys? Like those
the new guards?
Yeah, the guards.
Yeah, those are Snoke's.
What the hell are those things?
They're pretty
those
much Snoke's Imperial
They
Guard.
look awful. It looks like a giant, they look like the Destroyer from Marvel films, but red.
A little bit.
I'm actually don't have, for once I don't have an opinion on that. I don't really care.
And then there's also
I'll wait to see him in action.
An Executioner First Order
with
trooper.
Black on half the
and then he
mask.
has like an electric axe.
I haven't seen any of these.
It's just the toys. They bring out some of the toys.
Yeah,
and stuff.
just like I was when the toys came out. I was just didn't really want to look because of like
just some of the stuff. I'm like, what? But we do get a black BB-8, so we get like the opposite.
Sure.
It's called BB-8, BB-H8.
I don't think so. I think it's like BB-88 maybe or something like that.
I think the toys and everything, Tim, they've kind of done away from spoiling the films after The Phantom Menace when they released the soundtrack early, and one of the tracks was the death of Qui-Gon Jinn, and everybody's like, fucking thanks.
Yeah.
Asshole.
Oops. Our bad.
I hope they release the soundtrack early and they have the betrayal of Rey.
Ray. Fuck!
Rey goes to the dark side, the end.
Oh, God. I can't wait 2 months for this movie.
Yeah, I'm pretty excited. I'm kind of sad that it's a Thursday and we all got jobs and lives and shit. I wish I could be seeing the first time with you guys, but I will be seeing it at 7 p.m. on Thursday the 14th.
I'm going to marathon all 8 movies, probably like a movie a day. So it means my dumbass will have to sit through 1 and 2.
I have them upstairs.
I have them at home.
Why would you force that upon yourself?
You can just, the first one, just watch the Darth Maul fight and then end it, because that's all that matters.
Right.
Second one, skip
to the Clone Wars fight at the end.
I'll just watch the end fight in the battle in the gladiator arena.
Yeah.
Right. I don't remember.
Yeah,
I don't remember a flipping part about 2.
Which one was 2?
That's because 2 is
Attack of the Clones.
A bunch of politics, fake ass forced love story rolling around in a field with giant anteater
sand. It's
cows.
Coarse and rough.
It's coarse and rough.
The only good the best part of 1, the ending.
Right.
The best part of 2, literally the very ending where Palpatine's looking at his troops, like all the clone troopers in their armor and the ships rising up, and you're like, okay, cool.
Well, is that when Mace Windu went out the window?
That's 3.
That's 3.
No, that's the third one, dude. But what about Andy? What about Yoda versus Dooku and
good.
Anakin fighting Dooku? That was a cool fight scene.
I will say one story about 2 is that one scene with Jar Jar, because Jar Jar has like 2 lines in it because he's like a senator or some shit now.
Yeah.
Misa propose we gives emergency powers to the chancellors.
Sure.
So Jar Jar is the pure reason that there was an empire.
That's why he's the most powerful Sith in the world.
There was a guy in the theater that I went to see at midnight for episode 2. And you can just hear him just go, don't talk, don't talk, don't talk. And yells out, damn it, after Jar Jar's like 2 lines.
Oh, God.
I remember that more.
Misa moi happy to be helping Jar Jar.
Thank you.
I remember that more than anything in that entire fucking movie.
Yeah. No.
The battle on what do they call that? The planet with the little bugs.
The bug planet. I don't know.
Planet with the little bugs.
Not Geonosis. Geonosis was the clone factory, right?
It's Geonosis.
Yeah. But that battle was kind of cool because, Anakin, Obi-Wan, Padme, they're all chained up. They bring out the big animals like in the fucking gladiator arena. And then hundreds of Jedi show up. So you kind of got like, finally I get to see a bunch of Jedi in action.
Yeah.
And the clones show up and you see them wrecking shit.
Them fighting each other.
That was kind of cool.
Yeah.
But I don't watch Star Wars
that it was
for kind of
big
cool.
army of Jedi fighting a bunch of bug people, not Sith.
Right. It was just kind of like, okay, cool, big fight scene, nice.
Yeah.
I remember Dick All.
Yeah, I don't remember it too much either.
I remember that everyone's favorite character, the Rocketeer's dad, getting his head cut off in like a minute.
Yeah.
Not cool. I'm sorry, dude. I'm sorry. All the fans out there listening that are fans of Boba Fett, fucking why?
He has
why?
It was a cool allure to him. Like it was like he looked like this badass. Didn't really do anything, but he had like this potent history of like being a badass.
He was like that old Western.
Yeah, like you just knew of him.
He stood in the saloon and you knew not to fuck with him. Boba was cool. Django just no.
Django is like
Boba wasn't that cool either, dude. He got accidentally killed.
Right. Well, I mean, that's the end of it. I'm sure it's just like I said, like the allure of what he possibly had done before that. Because obviously Vader even told him, no, don't disintegrate people. Like
no disintegration.
Well, and there's also another theory that Boba Fett actually killed Luke's aunt and uncle. Like that's why he said that. That's why
that is a bullshit theory. That to him. Sorry,
because he knows that Boba Fett did that.
It was
he's like,
troopers.
no again.
It was stormtroopers.
I know. I'm just saying, possible. He could have been there.
No, it wasn't possible. It was stormtroopers.
Could be possible.
Stop with this bullshit, dude. Just if you're gonna make a theory, make it a plausible one.
Anything is possible.
No,
it was Drogon.
That is not possible.
Drogon showed up.
Drogon.
Khaleesi did it.
Yes.
Like we're just making shit up now.
I didn't make it up. Okay, I at least kept it the same.
The White
the
Walkers
reality there
are the reason Hoth. Hoth is the home world of the White Walkers.
Hoth is Westeros.
Nice,
sure is.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So yeah, the ending of this trailer was pretty cool. It is basically like Rey just what's my place in the universe. So I think really this is going to be a whole lot of people vying for like, Rey, you should come to my cause, or no, Rey, you should join my side, and she's going to be like, "Fuck all of you."
Right, and I think that's where I'm hoping that they might introduce the gray Jedi, where they use both sides of the Force, and she just goes off on her own. Like, no, I'm not going to join you. I'm not going to be with you. Fuck off. Like, I'm my own damn person. I don't like any of you. But
Rey is such a. I don't really like the term gray Jedi. I get why they say it because it's dark and light.
Well, it's called the gray code.
Gray's a combination.
I don't know. That's all I know.
It's just it's really a more perfect balance than that, and I think that's kind of what she's going to try to attain. And maybe she is the chosen one. Maybe the prophecy was wrong,
right?
And Anakin ain't shit.
Well, no,
the
he was the
Skywalker line ain't shit.
He did bring balance to the Force, just not the way the Jedi thought he would.
He brought numerical balance to the Force. There were literally 2 Sith and 2 Jedi left.
Literal balance.
But maybe she will be the one to like, because everyone, I think Andy, I think we agreed. We've had this conversation before where Luke was theorized to be the chosen one because he somehow embodied both light and dark side of the Force in one person.
Yeah, he does. You see it during the battle with Vader at the end of Jedi. Like, he uses hate, he uses anger.
Yeah.
And he beats the shit out of Vader using it. And then when the Emperor's cackling, like, haha, I did it. You did it. You were dark there. He was like, Nope.
Well, that and too, and you also see, and when he was on the train with Yoda, he's in that cave, and Vader comes at him, and he kills Vader, but it's him, it's himself. And that's another. I think it's another insight to his dark insides as well. Like they're both there.
Well, the actual translation of that scene is that if he kills Vader, he becomes him.
Oh, well, I just think it shows there's darkness inside of him too, as well. But that makes sense.
Well, certainly. There's darkness and light in all of us.
He does kill them, then he becomes him, and he becomes dark. I mean, yeah.
I mean, that's literally what the Emperor's plan was that Luke would kill his father and then join him at his side and not be a big 4-armed robot.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man, Star Wars is so good.
Star Wars is a massive universe. You know what the sad part is like the creator is super 2-dimensional. Like I'm not a George Lucas fan. He's pissed me off on numerous occasions.
Ruined him.
But Star Wars is great because of the fans. And that includes all the expanded universe shit that happened before Disney took over. The fans take a look at Star Wars and we see something deeper than what their own creators can see.
Well,
we see a whole universe where we would rather live and frolic and swing laser swords.
Frolic and swing laser swords. Absolutely. And there's just so much to it. It's so vast. Like you said, the fans create a lot of stuff, but like even these new movies, they're beyond what we've had, and yet they still relate to it. Like it's so much, and there's just like so much fun like in it.
I mean, only fans could make a character like Boba Fett popular for seeing him for a whole 3 minutes and literally getting his backpack smacked by a blind Han Solo and following into a desert tooth vagina and the end. And suddenly everyone's like, he's the greatest bounty hunter in the universe. I saw an inept douchebag whose shit didn't work.
That's just one point, okay? We don't see the rest of it.
It's a big point. And he literally had Vader do his work for him on a Bespin. Like, yes, Boba Fett tracked him. Good job, Boba Fett. You put a tracer on the Millennium Falcon. You didn't fall for the garbage chute trick. But Vader did all the fucking work. Vader's the one hand blocking blaster shots and tossing Han Solo into a carbonite pit. Like, Vader did that for him. Like, how would Boba Fett get paid? Oh, he took him to Jabba the Hutt, didn't he? But
that was the bounty.
But that's not who hired him originally. Like Vader hired him. So does that mean Boba Fett didn't get paid by the Empire, but did get paid by Jabba?
I think his payment was you get Solo's body to take to Jabba. There's your payment. Go collect your money from Jabba.
Yeah. So Vader was like, "Here, help me. And if you help me, you can take Han Solo to take to Jabba."
Yeah. And if he dies, we'll cut you a check.
Right.
Cool beans.
He even says he's no good to be dead.
Right. He's no good to be dead.
Yeah. So once again, Boba Fett didn't do his job and somebody else did it for him and he got a paycheck for it.
That's America.
Meh.
Yeah, America.
Meh.
Fucking Rocketeer.
Yeah. But, I mean, I think if they do make a Boba Fett one-off, I might go see it. Just see what his life was like beforehand.
I would rather see a Chewbacca one-off.
Which we might get. Well, we're gonna get that in the Han Solo movie. That's going to be part of it.
I feel like you're going to get your Boba Fett in the Han Solo film as well.
I can see that. Because I think the Han Solo film, we're going to get, at the beginning, Solo's imprisoning Wookiees and taking them to slavery. And then he's just like, I can't do this anymore. And he starts helping them. And then that's where Chewbacca gets his life debt.
I don't think Han Solo ever.
I'm just saying they could. I think
I think would be a cool one-off film
people and things. He didn't know what they were.
Anyway, so I think a good one-off film would be The Birth of the Jedi Order.
Oh yeah, if they go
how the
way
Jedi
back.
Order came to be.
Way back.
On Octo. Came full circle. Woo
Full
woo.
circle, yay. Go see Star Wars, we love it.
All right. Yeah. So see you fuckers in a galaxy far, far away with lots of emo, scar faces, and crybaby monk Jedi who can't do their jobs right.
Terrify little girls.
Boo! I'm scared.
65 days.
65 days.
65 days.
And counting.
And then we'll have to circle back and see how much of this was
accurate.
How much of it made the cutting room floor.
Obviously.
Which of our theories is absolute dog shit and we'll laugh at you.
All of them. All of them.
Hey, what are we? Should we want to put some money down on if any of our theories are right?
Shit, I'm broke as a joke.
How about this? Whoever wins, whoever's theory is right, has to take everybody else out to dinner.
That's not winning.
Yeah, I mean,
yeah,
kind of.
You get but you have to sit there and eat food while that person like rubs it in your fucking face how right they were.
I mean, kind of is winning. But that way, not everybody has to pay, just one person.
How's your juicy steak, Sweeney? Does it taste like victory? It shouldn't, because I was right.
We could do that. We could do that. I'm fine with that.
Sure.
Cool.
All right, guys. Well, it's been fun. It's been real.
Has it?
It's been real. It's been real fun.
I like that you're getting like NPR on us. Like,
well,
it's been fun.
Thank you for listening.
Thank you so much for joining us.
Is your favorite curse word?
No, Andy, you ruined it.
Fuck. My favorite curse word is
You've
fuck.
never seen Inside the Actors Studio, I take it.
Kidding. Calm down. Calm your tits, Andy.
Oh,
if you go to heaven, what do you say when you reach the pearly gates?
Holy shit, it's real.
All right, gentlemen. Once again, we're really fun. Just a fun story. My tickets for The Last Jedi are currently what's the word looking for?
Shoop-poop-poop-poop. I have to go print
Shapoopy. They are magneted. They are magneted to my fridge with 4 different magnets. And I told Kat, my wife, that if any one of those magnets moves, I will know about it. Those tickets are not to be touched until the 14th of December.
What the hell?
I still have to go print ours off at the box office.
Yeah, we will.
So
I had no choice because apparently the movie theater that we were going to. Can you guys handle that real quick?
Calm your tits for like 23 seconds.
What's he playing? What's
Chewbacca and
Porg like GIF.
Like yell.
It was Star Wars' Instagram.
Yeah.
Ridiculous. Anyway, so yeah, fun little side story. While everyone last night is attempting to buy their tickets online, which most people were very successful at it, the theater that my wife and I go to in Indiana is a really big IMAX theater, but their credit card system is down. So Fandango and all the other online places, when you attempt to purchase the tickets, their system rejects it. So nobody was able to buy tickets online at this theater last night.
Boo and hiss.
So I get in my car and I like fucking Fast and the Furious my ass over to the theater. I'm in like gym shorts and sandals and I like run inside and some lady looks at me and she's like, "Hurry, you're gonna miss the Pony movie." I'm like, "You mean I'm gonna miss my Star Wars tickets?" And she goes, "What?" And I'm like, "Later, bitch." Ran inside and I got the last 2 seats for my 7 p.m. show.
Awesome.
Nice.
And they're actually pretty good seats. I was surprised they weren't picked.
Perfect.
And on that note, this is Destiny. We are the chosen ones.
What?
I don't know.
We've just gone in all different fandoms.
We're circling the drain.
Tim's like our Chewbacca, though. The rest of us are Sith.
I didn't hear half of that. I legitimately didn't.
I think you're our Chewbacca.
I can't do the noise, but otherwise I would. But sure, all right. I mean, so you're calling me loyal, I guess, right?
Right, exactly.
All right.
You are. You have a life. You have a Wookiee life debt to us. That makes Sweeney your Han Solo.
Yay.
Yay.
All right. Well, again, everybody go find us on Instagram, Facebook, YouTube now.
And now iHeartRadio.
Yes, and now iHeartRadio, which come find us on there. You can subscribe to us on there as well. YouTube, iTunes, Google Play. Just find the Hateful Geeks.
On any of these formats, why don't you hit us up and tell us your Star Wars theories or your favorite Star Wars stories or moments?
We did have one, the other Phil from Those Movie Guys podcast. He posted his theory that Bray is the Force baby. So literally Force created a baby.
So Immaculate Conception
like
style?
Anakin.
Right. But it's the reincarnation of what's her name?
Smee Skywalker.
Smee Skywalker.
Wrong.
Jesus Christ.
We love you guys.
Wrong.
But wrong.
Right.
From one Phil to another, fuck you. That is a terrible idea.
Right. So, yeah, definitely come hit us up. We'll argue theories all day. Obviously, we just did this for however fucking long. We're always wrong anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Right.
So
I'm feeling pretty strong in a couple of my theories, but then again, I do that for everything.
We always feel good until we see it.
Right.
All right. Well, thanks for listening again to the Hateful Geeks, and this is Sweeney.
This is Phil.
I'm Andy.
And this is Tim.
We'll catch you next time.
Toodles.
That was wonderful.
Bravo!
I loved that.
Oh, it was great.
Well, it was pretty good.
Well, it wasn't bad.
Well, there were parts of it that weren't very good,
It
though.
could have been a lot better.
I didn't really like it.
It was pretty terrible.
It was bad.
It was awful.
It was terrible.
Get him away!
Hey, boo!
Boo!